Archive Dialogue, a project organized by the Student Archives Committee of Royal College. In today's episode, we are here at Musaeus College, Colombo 7, where I'm joined by the school captain, Naditi De Silva, and the deputy principal, Mrs. Sajivani Bandara. My first question is, can you give us a brief introduction of the history of Musaeus College and the remarkable milestones you have achieved in the last few decades?
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank Royal College for having Musaeus join this program, because first of all, I think that it's very important that you're taking this initiative to make people aware about the histories of schools, because knowing the history of your school is something very important, especially as a student. So first of all, I would like to extend my thanks for that. So speaking about Musaeus College, Musaeus College is an institution with a really long legacy of 133 years. We were established on the 15th of November in 1891, and since then it's been an honor to be a part of Musaeus College. And if we take so many steps back in 1891, so our founding principal, our beloved Mrs. Mary Musaeus Higgins, she came to Sri Lanka, and she came actually because she saw a vacancy on a book known as The Path for a position of a principal in a different school called Sangamita Vidyalaya. And she was the principal there for a while, but unfortunately she didn't get much support as a female principal, so she resigned from that post. And then she had this deep passion to educate young Buddhist girls. It was one of her biggest goals in life. So she took matters to her own hands, and she thought of starting her own school to foster young girls. And that's what she did. So she started Musaeus College, previously known as the Musaeus Boarding School, in 1891. And that was in a beautiful piece of land in Cinnamon Gardens, which was donated by Mr. Peter Diablo, who is also one of our founders. So that's where it all began. And since then, there's been so many milestones achieved. We've grown so much and we've developed so much in terms of infrastructure and our students, our teachers and our principals. And it's been a long legacy that we've been carrying since then.
Right. Could you please give us some insight into the different artifacts and the documents that are included in the archives of Musaeus College?
In terms of artifacts, we're talking about a school with 133 years. So some of the artifacts, to be very honest with you, that are no longer with us because of time of, because due to the time of World War II, the school shifted temporarily to Gampa as well. But we do have some of the initial documents made by Mrs. Higgins, like popularly known as Sudu Amma, within the school culture. And also that we have the logbook, the initial logbook, which is used by Mrs. Higgins from 1891 onwards until her death in 1926. And along with the document-wise, the materials, we also have a few other articles like cutlery and the crockery, used during the time of Mrs. Higgins, even in the hostel as well. So we have certain artifacts, of that particular nature as well. And thirdly, we have a kind of a recorded history of the documents of the will of the school, because it's a private school. And as said by Naditi, this is a school formed by Mrs. Higgins, along with the generosity of William Diablo and Peter Diablo and the members of the Theosophical Society as well. So we have the documents written by them and certain policies formed by them, how to navigate school, how to run school, or how to operate or function the school as well. So we have initial documents from 1891 onwards, closely preserved, properly preserved. But certain documents that we hope that we have, okay, no longer with us, because during the war, as I told you earlier, that shifted to Gampaha, the boarding school, and we only had the day scholars during the time of war, World War II. But otherwise, okay, that we have the materials, documents, certain artifacts in the form of materialistic objects like the crockery, and we have the letters, we have okay like the logbook okay maintained by the principal, plus okay certain comments okay given by the school inspectors during the time, whether we were known as Ceylon. So it's a kind of well maintained archive.
Okay. Can you tell us about the origin of your coat of arms?
Right. Madam, shall I? Yes. So our coat of arms, basically our school emblem, it comprises of the colors blue and yellow. And it's primarily consists of a swastika. And so according to the Tale of the Mud Hut, which was written by one of our former principals, Madam N.K. Pilapitiya, what this represents in Sanskrit, the swastika, is it's a sign of well-being and prosperity. But included in the logo, it's a sign of the immense force of nature which has caused for the evolution of everything, basically the development of everything. And that small emblem, that small swastika is concentrated, basically it's a concentration of all that good energy and that positive energy that has caused so much development and evolvement in the society. And even if you consider our school, us as girls, how it's developed, how we've developed for so long and how the school has developed for so long, it's all concentrated into that emblem.
And I would add something as well, because swastika is not just randomly picked. Swastika is a symbol used by the Theosophical Society as one of their main symbols as well. So the Musaeus College was formed by a group of individuals who were part of the Theosophical Society. So it was not randomly picked. Okay, it was picked. Okay, selected. Okay, with a reason. Yeah.
As we all know, Musaeus College has always been in the forefront of the Sri Lankan sporting arena. Can we know a bit about the history of the major sporting encounters at Musaeus College?
Yes. Madam, do you want?
I can start with the history.
Sure,
okay, you
Madam.
can progress okay, with the present condition.
Yes.
We started this actually Musaeus College. Miss Higgins. Okay, like if I go back to the history again, the principal, the school founders believe in giving the wholesome education to the girls, because school was formed with a purpose, because it was formed during a time that the education was fundamentally given to the boys. So when school was formed, okay, they gave significance okay to sports as well, because it's important okay in creating a wholesome young girl. Okay, that's the ultimate motive or the purpose of them. So when I checked them, when I read okay some of the articles okay available in the archives, I noticed that some of the tournaments like netball started okay long time ago in 1920s as well. 1920s, 30s, okay, you know they conducted okay like inter-house netball tournaments. So like netball is recognized within the school okay, as one of the oldest events, tournaments conducted within the school premises or within the school environment. Then you can start with the progress.
Yes, so if we take a look at the progress of the sports, where sports in Musaeus College are at right now, so we have a total of 18 sports as of now in Musaeus, and it's really nice to say that in almost all of those fields we have national champions and we have emerged championships in national levels in so many sports, and we have international representatives as well, and we actually have had 22 international participants from Musaeus in the year of 2023. So 22 Musaites who represented Sri Lanka in international level last year. So that's something that we're very proud of. So ever since the day the school was established, that's how far Musaites have come in terms of sports, and we're really proud of it.
So, when we go through the history of Musaeus College, we come across the term mud hut. Could you please elaborate on that?
Because we have a very humble beginning. Because Mrs. Higgins, along with Peter Diablo and William Diablo, they started this journey a long time ago, 133 years ago, with by taking such a humble, just one move, okay, to start a school for girls. So it was began, okay, in a mud hut, okay, mud hut and bottle with 12 girls. And ultimately, those 12 girls, okay, became part of, okay, the school community as well, like, by becoming teachers, or later on, okay, by becoming the principal, okay, one person becoming the principal of the school nursery, and one person, okay, becoming the principal of the Musaeus College, okay, training college as well. So the whole story, okay, actually in the mud hut as a concept, it tells a story, okay, it basically tells where the whole journey started, and up to the point that we stand now, I guess. You want that?
No, that's pretty much all of it.
Yes.
So, clubs and societies is something that goes hand in hand with sports in many schools. Can you tell us a bit about the origin of clubs and societies at Musaeus College and how those clubs and societies have evolved?
Again, I can give you the history.
Yes.
Because Buddhist society emerged long time ago. Because Musaeus College emerged with the Buddhist revival, like renewal of the which occurred in somewhere around the latter part of the 19th century. Yes, and so Buddhist society, okay, emerged as a very strong, okay, club, more like a society, okay, at the initial stage. With time, okay, it grew into, and another society that grew with time is home economic society. Because the beginning of the 20th century, okay, they also recognize the importance of creating accomplished females as well, okay, accomplished in par with the time, the requirements. So home economic society also played a significant role as well during the early stage of the 20th century.
Yes, and if you take a look at how it's progressed as of now, we have 52 very active clubs and societies in Musaeus right now, and they are so diverse. There's a club for everyone, and our Musaites, they enthusiastically participate in almost all of them. So we have weekly meetings, we have workshops, we have field trips, and we basically provide Musaites with so many opportunities through those clubs and societies for them to develop a variety of skills. And yes, I think the clubs and societies we have right now are at a very successful stage.
Well, that brings us to the end of this episode of Inter-Archive Dialogue. I hope this interview brought some valuable insight into the prestigious institution known as Musaeus College. On behalf of the Prefects Council of Royal College and the Student Archives Committee of Royal College, I would like to express my gratitude to the Deputy Principal, Mrs. Sajivani Bandara, and also the School Captain, Naditi De Silva, for joining us today. Thank you, Madam. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.